Hi, I'm Annalisa. I'm a licensed professional counselor in the state of Pennsylvania, and I am a very new volunteer with the Government Relations Committee of our state association. When I joined the committee, I was informed that in order to do advocacy, you do have to be willing to reach out to your representatives and have a conversation. And as an introvert, the thought of that just terrified me. But as an activist, I knew that I just had to suck it up and do it. So I went through the whole process of figuring out who my representatives were, reaching out, scheduling a meeting, educating myself on the priorities, and then ultimately, yeah, following through with what I said I was going to do. And I realized after the fact that I didn't have that much to be afraid of. In fact, as a therapist, I do much harder work on a day-to-day basis, and the folks that are representing us, they're just people. Right? So after talking to the rest of the committee, we realized that it could be helpful to put together a little how-to video and explain to other counselors what the steps are. If you want to be an advocate, if you want to make a difference in legislation when it comes to mental health, you totally have the power to do that, and you probably just need a nudge in the right direction. So here goes.
This is going to be hopefully 5 to 10 minutes. We're going to go through 6 steps, and by the end, you should have a pretty clear plan on what to do next. Step 1, I'm going to show you how to understand your association's priorities. Step 2, I'm going to show you where to find your legislator if you're in Pennsylvania. Step 3, we're going to talk about scheduling the meeting. Step 4, preparing for that meeting. Step 5, a few tips on what to expect, some maybe do's and don'ts. And then finally, following up and staying engaged. Okay, so number 1, understanding your association's priorities. So we're already on the Pennsylvania Counseling Association's website here. And I'm going to go down here and click on Government Relations. And here, this is a really important part of the web page, because here you can scroll down and look at some of the action that your association wants you to take today. Once you familiarize yourself with those priorities, you want to see if any of them match up to your priorities. So for me, I was really interested in talking about the Interstate Counseling Compact, because that does affect me and some of the members of my team. And I was also really interested in talking more about the health insurance reimbursement parity. So we have made some progress, but there's still predatory practices out there with the commercial insurance companies. And I think our legislators need to know, they need to understand what it's like for us, for counselors, and for clients. So all of whom are their voters, right? Anyway, stay focused, Annalisa. Okay, step 2, find your legislators. This is really easy. So that there is a link on the association website. I already have it pulled up here. So you just go to legis.state.pa.us and you punch in your address. You hit search, and it's going to pull up all the legislators that are relevant to your area. So Representative Cerisi, Pennickshuk, Madeline Dean, Fetterman, McCormick, of course. So here's all the folks that are representing me and my interests and the interests of my clients. So now that you know who they are, you want to schedule a meeting with them. So they make it really easy, believe it or not. They do want to hear from you. Our representatives can't possibly know everything they need to know about every issue that's relevant to their constituents. So they need experts like you and me to go in and talk about our areas of expertise and educate them on what is relevant to their constituents within the context of our field. So you go to the website, and there's all these options for getting in touch, and you can actually go to each representative's individual website and learn a little bit about what they are passionate about, what committees they're on, what bills they're co-sponsoring, so you can get all the information you need. I highly recommend putting in subscribing to their newsletters so that you can stay informed. And then what did we come here for? Wanted to show you how to actually contact them. I swear it's there. Okay, contact information. So then you fill out this information and off it goes to one of their staffers, and they will reach out to you and schedule a meeting. That easy. Once you have the meeting, preparing is, that's also easy, because your association gave you all this information about the bills that are relevant to our field. So what I did was I went in and I took those 2 issues that I talked about, I read as much as I could. I went and I read that, House Bill 2300, and I wanted to make sure that I knew, or knew as much as I could about what it's like from my representative side. And then I thought about, well, how are those issues related to my clients and my team? So what are some stories I can tell that are going to bring these issues to life for my representative? And I made a couple of bullets, just like a one pager with some bullet points, and put my contact information on that document so that I went in, I had a conversation, and I was able to hand over the document, the one pager. I don't know if that's useful to them or not. They may put it right in the recycling bin, or it may actually be something they take with them. I don't know. You want to go in with a call to action as well. So you want to actually talk to them about, well, okay, what can we do next? Can I follow up with you in a couple of months? Can I remind you when this bill, it comes to the floor, if it does? Um, so you have to keep in mind that this kind of advocacy is a marathon, not a sprint, and they're there to represent you and the rest of your community. So it's okay for you to say, "Hey, I'd really like to follow up about this issue." They're probably not going to tell you no. If you go in and stomp your feet and complain about the trash pickup in your area, maybe they won't be that excited to see you. But I know you're a therapist. You care. You're doing this because you care about your clients. It's going to end up being a really positive conversation. So, wondering what other questions you have, what might be holding you back from this, and if there's anything more that we can do at the Government Relations Committee to help you start building these positive relationships with your representatives. Feel free to reach out to us and let us know.